Hello, hello, Josh Thomas, mortgage loan officer, mortgage broker in Riverton, community lending group. Just wanted to share with you today some of the down payment assistance that's still out there. Um, you know what? I'll actually speak for a second on that 15,000. I know that from Biden, the stimulus that he was suggesting, maybe I should have read up on it before recording this, but as of a few days ago, it wasn't passed yet, and I actually hope it does not. I've always been an advocate for my clients who are typically buyers, and I would always want to do anything I can to make that easier for them. But in this particular market, we have too many buyers for the number of sellers there are. If they pass that and give a $15,000 stimulus, it's going to exacerbate the problem. We already have too much appreciation. We're loving it if we own homes. It's not that great though. It's kind of unsustainable. Obviously it's just a threat to affordability and everything, right? Like everybody's familiar with California. Everybody knows that California, you buy a cardboard shack and it's $1 million or whatever. That's not all of California, for the record, and it's not exactly that bad in some areas. I suppose it is, but the problem is it just makes it really, really hard, and it's even I mean, taxes go up all the time. It's just it's hard on everybody if prices. It's nice to have the home equity. The home equity doesn't pay the bills, right? It's just what you can sell a house for if you move. But the one you buy is going to cost more too. So it's just something. Anyway, my point is, I'm not a fan of the $15,000 thing. Number one, I don't think the United States government should be paying for more than it is. I mean, gosh, they spend so much money already. Trillion 20, I lost count, over $22 trillion of debt. It's a disgusting amount. We've passed a critical point very recently. Yeah, I'm not going to get into politics, but I think it's a no. It's bad for the U.S. government to be spending money, and it's bad for our housing market to stimulate buyers. I would love to, but we need to stimulate sellers if we're going to do any stimulating. So anyway, moving on. What we do have already in place for sure is this program right here. And so let me show it to you. So this is CDC Utah. This is a grant company. This is a nonprofit company that administers a lot of city grants in the state. And so if you come up here, it's just cdcutah.org. That's not Center of Disease Control. That's Community Development Corporation, utah.org, right? So type that in there, and then it's housing services, down payment assistance, and then there's a bunch of other stuff. They have some homes for sale. They've got just different stuff. You can check them out. But right here is several of the grants. Salt Lake County, and as you read a little bit about the Salt Lake County grant, there are no funds available for Sandy, South Jordan, West Jordan, and West Valley. The Salt Lake County program can only cover 50% of the required down payment. Yada, yada. Salt Lake City and Salt Lake City Plus, these are both, you have to literally be in Salt Lake City, not Salt Lake County or one of the unincorporated parts of it. And then Taylorsville City, kind of the same idea, it has to be Taylorsville City. That one's a little bit more obvious, though. It's not kind of strewn all throughout Salt Lake County. But some of the rules on this, income eligible, this isn't household income, has to be under 80% of the area median income. That's about $64,000 a year. So that means everybody that lives in the house over 18, all their income combined has to be under $64,000 a year. Applicant must occupy the property. This is for principal residents only. Some of these, notice, they are deferred loans. They aren't actually grants. You have to repay them. If you move out early, then it's time to repay. Let's see what other highlights are in here. Debt to income ratio of 40% to 50%, but notice that they're putting the 45 and the 35. That means that you have to come up with a good, you have to explain to them why you should go over 35 over 45, which almost every one of my first-time home buyers are going up to 50, because that's just what it takes to get into a house. That's a debt to income ratio, okay? Let's see. What else would matter? Applicable assets and excess of $10,000 must be invested in the purchase. So if you have $15,000 and because of the grant you'd only need $4,000, they're still going to make you pay an extra $1,000, so that they don't want you having more than $10,000 after closing of your own money without making you invest it, since they're putting their money into you. Anyway, my point simply is that there is down payment assistance to some degree, and there's others outside the state or the county of Salt Lake. There's Clearfield, there's Ogden, there's just others, Provo and Utah County. There's grants available. Sometimes they're out of money, like this one's almost out. Sometimes they got it. It just sort of depends, but it's out there. There's lots of restrictions, but it's out there. So if you need to get pre-approved, you know somebody wants to get pre-approved, or somebody that's thinking about moving or buying, share this video with them. Tell them to give us a call. Let's find out just kind of where it all fits. If we can get you this money, if you need it. If not, we have lots of other ideas that help you come up with your down payment. Get into the house, whatever it is, even if it's a piece of junk house, get in. Home prices are still climbing. They've got a long ways to climb still. Even despite the crazy climbs we've already seen. They're going to keep climbing. Get in while you can. Surf's up. Get on the wave. We'll worry about getting you a fancier surfboard later. Okay. So this is Josh Thomas. I'm going to change my screen now so that I can get my legal stuff up here. But this is Josh Thomas, community lender or mortgage lender at Community Lending Group in Riverton, Utah, coming at you. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks.